Joe.
Mm.
So today's episode, but how are you first?
I'm good, man.
How's the madam?
Yeah, madam is fine.
And the boys?
Boys are fine as well.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, adulting. Yeah.
I know, right? So the other day I was thinking, I was just thinking of what you told me last time about how baby boys come about. Anyway, story for another day.
Oh, well, that's a story for another day.
Yeah, so today's guest is someone I've known for 11 years. You know, him and his brother organized something somewhere in Chile. Do you remember? In 2018.
Yes.
And I was invited. That time I used to do music. I was a rapper.
By the way, why did you stop rapping?
I retired. So this guy comes on, and I was so much deep into poetry because I used to enjoy poetry.
Me too. I was so deep into.
Yeah, so this guy comes on stage and starts doing his piece. I was amazed by that. And I went up, I did my thing, and
The rest is history.
the rest is history. And I'm sure we're going to have a very good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's an interesting guy.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an interesting episode, and someone also who I really love spending time with.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm with him, it's a live wire.
Yeah.
It's a live wire. I remember one time we were in the cinema.
Mhm.
We were watching a movie, and we lit up the whole.
What movie was that?
We were watching Batman vs Superman.
Oh, yeah.
We lit up the whole cinema there. So
Okay.
I think we should do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then let's get into the episode now.
Yeah. So so he's a physiotherapist who's for me someone who's shrewd and determined, because he's not just an ordinary physiotherapist, right? But he's going to start up his own company
Business.
in that area. But he's also somebody who's gone into music as well.
Yeah.
He's also someone who's gone into acting as well, and is doing so many things at once.
Yeah.
But he seems to be achieving, and he
Yeah,
seems to be
yeah.
doing it. I'm like, how does this guy manage to do all
Yeah,
these
he's
things?
a multi-talented.
Yeah.
So he's a very good swimmer.
A very good swimmer.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, then let's get into the episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome to the ZamChat podcast. My name is Joe Kanema, and my nickname, as usual, the podcast junkie. So today we're joined by Katemba Mando, who's an interesting, a very interesting person. So he is the CEO of Catlexy Physiotherapy Services. And he's also an actor. Man, you're so many things. Eh?
Yeah. Man.
You are also a gospel,
Gospel
artist, gospel recording artist. So we're here at Coptic Hospital, and behind the camera, as always, the guy behind the camera is Bright Mulenga, who's also the co-founder of this podcast. So bro, welcome to the ZamChat podcast.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
I believe we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? With you, I always have fun, especially when I'm with you. I remember the first time that
I do remember. Yeah, we went for a movie.
For a movie?
Yeah.
Katemba. Man, you are such a
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, man.
You're such a vibe. Where do you get that energy that you have, that you?
I believe life should be very simple. You want to do something, enjoy it. Okay, you're not enjoying what you're doing, throw in a towel. Yeah. So I believe everything I do, coming from work as a physiotherapist, music, acting, I make sure I'm having the best of it. Yeah. The money is one thing, but when you're having fun, you can go very far, man. Even when the money is not there. Yeah.
I think it's all about enjoying, I think, whatever that you do. And I think even with this podcast, Bright, when did we start? 2020?
2020.
Yeah, stopped, but then started again. It is something that we love.
Yeah.
And we basically just do it out of love.
That's
But
true.
obviously also at the end of the day, it's not enough, I think, to just do what you love. Maybe there should be something at the end of it all.
Yeah, true.
And you are the kind of a person that I've seen that you do what you love, but you're also highly monetizing what you love as well.
Yeah, that's true. You see, love alone and passion is not enough. Okay, if you're passionate about something, make sure it's bringing in the income. So whatever you be doing, it needs to be supported by money. Yeah. So when you monetize, you can go further. But if you're just operating based on passion alone, you're not going to go very far. Just production of an episode like this one, money will be spent. Yeah. So even where you need to choose, because people find themselves to choose whether to go for a passion that will make them money, or whether to go for a career that will make them money, or one that will it's a passion, they love doing it. Okay, so it's wise where you find a balance. Okay, this one, first of all, go for the one that will make you money. Then you can have the time and the resources to pursue your passions. Yeah.
You know, one thing I can say, I think for me, I can speak for myself to say, like, being a pharmacist, I always thought like, I always felt, especially after college, I felt like I was scammed. You know, I felt like I was scammed because I think in school, we were told that once you finish your program,
you find your brand.
I feel like it's a scam. Like, come on, man, I've been scammed.
True. Yeah. Actually, that's where we're coming from. Your parents, when they're sending you to school, they're sending you to college, they are not going to allow you actually to pursue your passion. Where we're coming from. Things like football and where you
they were considered a taboo.
No, those were useless. You're wasting time. Okay? and look at what pays most. Is when you actualize your talent and you're very good in that, you're going to be paid more than professionals. Yeah, but that's where we're coming from. And you're one of those that thought they were scammed. Yeah.
So did you always like want to be a physiotherapist? Was this something that you always wanted to do from the beginning? Because for me, I never wanted to be a pharmacist or anything. For me, I think it was like by chance.
Yeah, it was by chance.
I just found myself in this thing. But for some people, I know like it's something that they have planned. And is it something that you always wanted to do?
No, not really. Physiotherapy. One thing I was sure of, I wanted to be in the medical field. I was sure of that. Okay, and to enter the medical field, I even considered nursing. Yes.
You could have been a nurse.
I could have been a nurse, but what happened was when I brought out the idea, your reaction, okay? When I brought out the idea, I told them, I told my father that, okay, I'm considering nursing. They laughed me out of it. Okay? They laughed me out of it. They never said much.
But
your reaction.
But why did they laugh though?
I don't know. Okay? But I'm glad they did. Alright? I wouldn't have fit in very well. Looking at the way nurses operate and the way physiotherapists operate, I wouldn't have fitted in very well. But I got a chance to do physiotherapy and I went for it. I found to love it. I've come to love physiotherapy and I don't see myself to fit in any profession in the medical field. Physio is written all over me, man. Yeah. And when I'm practicing, I'm like, I meant to do this. You know that feeling? Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm not sure how life just balances up things. Look, you never wanted to do physiotherapy, but then you found yourself in this in this profession, but then you seem to love what you do.
Yeah, you see, I think there are very few people that would say, like, from inception, they wanted to become this and they proceed and become that. We're discovering, okay? We're learning, you're learning about yourself, I'm learning about me. Certain things that I'm able to do, I haven't even discovered yet. But sometimes it just takes you to try it out and like, come on, I've been wired for this. I'm made to do this. Okay, that is physiotherapy for me. It's something that I think I should be doing. I'm built for it. Yeah.
Let's talk about before we go right into it. I just want to understand the acting part of you. How did you get into the acting industry?
Acting industry. So acting with me, I think I can trace it back to high school. Okay, high school. I joined.
By the way,
yeah,
I also love acting.
You do?
So if there's any,
man, you can do it. You try it out. You can only know it if you try it. Okay, so acting, I can trace it back to high school, junior high. I decided to try it out and join the drama club. Yeah, we're considered as clowns in acting. Yeah.
my drama.
To a point where, imagine, to a point where the time they were considering prefects, right? I got into the staff room where they were interviewing people that were I wanted to be prefects. And they just saw me and they were laughing. They were laughing.
Was there like a favorite character that you used to play?
No, not really. We were quite dynamic. We play what is needed to be done, and we could do it. Yeah. So from there, actually, I was in drama. I was doing even morale boosters for footballers.
Yes.
We could go sing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Boostere.
It was favorite. It was like famous in those days.
Yes, Boostere could sing and boost their morale. And I think I've seen myself doing what I was doing. So I was doing drama that has translated into acting. I was doing the morale boosters that has translated into singing. So I'm building on what I started a long time ago. Yeah. So acting can be traced back to then. And my first ever professionally was Amoy. There was a program on DST called Amoy. Yeah, I did an episode in that, and it was fun. Yeah, and we're working on something right now.
Great. How do you get into the industry? Do you like? Do they advertise if there's a project that is coming up?
Yeah.
Apply, and then you do auditions and you get into it, or is it a situation where you have to know the guy behind the guy?
Yes.
For you to get them.
Basically, when starting, I think it has to start with talent identification, and how that is done is by audition. Okay. The auditions are usually advertised. Then you go there and attend. Yeah, I've done quite a number of auditions. Some I was selected, some I wasn't. Yeah, but most of those that I got, I was successful. Yeah, so it starts from there. And I think from when you decide you are picked on an audition and you prove yourself, then other production will just identify you and invite you to be part of their project. So it starts from where you audition, then you are known in the industry, then you will just be invited for gigs. And
So how many projects have you been involved now?
Right now, officially, I think I would say 2.
Okay. Yeah. There was one though. There was one whether you saw. I think you were like I don't know whether this was a king or something. Then you had all these women, and then you were.
The king choosing. Yeah.
Choosing, you know. I think that was interesting.
That one was just having fun. Yeah.
You were just having fun.
We were just having fun, and it was short. So we're working on a project. That was a music video that we're actually working on. And that scene you saw was not even part of the project. Yeah.
I was like, what kind of movie is
we can develop it. Can you say Mpali has made a lot of noise because a lot of people can relate to it. So we're talking about that one, King choosing another wife, and yeah. So I think it's something that is interesting that we
It's something that can be
explore.
revisited, yeah?
Yeah, but I think there's Impali, so I think we shouldn't
Well,
do
now,
it. We shouldn't do it. Yeah.
what movie are you watching, or say a series maybe at the
Okay.
moment?
At the moment,
Mm.
Boston Legal.
Ah.
Yeah, believe you me, I'm attracted to law.
Mm.
Yeah, so if there's another profession that I would pursue is law, but again, thinking about it, I'm too old to start new things at this point. Yeah, I think where I've reached is to refine what I've already begun and yeah, get better in them.
Who would you say is the god in terms of acting?
Acting.
Like this is the greatest of all time. Who would you say? For me, I think mine is Denzel.
Denzel! Oh my God!
Right, who's your
Denzel
god?
Washington.
Who's your god?
Denzel Washington is God, man.
Denzel.
He's
is
a legend.
Yeah, for me, it's Denzel is the one.
Denzel is the one.
Also, I think when considering somebody to be a god, I also look at where should we move it? This side? That's good. I think I look at the impact in terms of the cultural impact that
Yeah.
somebody has had,
Okay.
and also their longevity,
Yeah.
how long they've been doing
In
that.
the industry,
Yeah,
yeah.
and for me, I think Denzel fits that description, and
He's
just
been
the
there
way,
for a long time.
yeah, and just the way he acts. If you look at Fences, for instance,
Mhm.
if you look at that
Equalizer,
character,
man.
ish,
Man on fire.
man on fire, man on fire. Hey, ish.
He's the man.
This who's Bright? Who's your god? Huh?
Will Smith.
Will Smith?
The guy under political government. I know, but it
But
has
Will
something to do with the persona.
Which movie?
Yeah, it's the persona we're talking about.
I don't think Will Smith should. Is not,
But he can't go.
he's not in the
close
god.
to-
He's not in the god conversation.
He's a goat in my books.
In your books, I don't think Will Smith is not in the
Samuel
god
L.
conversation.
Jackson.
Maybe Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
But Sammy has never been bigger than Will Smith in Hollywood.
Who?
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Ah.
Oh, Will Smith is bigger.
Will Smith
Will
is
Smith
bigger.
is one of the biggest actors.
But
Because
Samuel.
Matrix, they gave it to Will Smith, he refused. He has been given a lot of movies which have become big. And he's the first one to be considered
And there's the first
among black people.
first rapper to win a Grammy.
Anyway,
Okay.
Yeah,
we can
So-
go with it.
so
But anyway, but my God is
Let's leave it there.
Yeah, let's leave
we
it
leave
there.
it there. So we talked about how you becoming a physiotherapist. From the time that you started practicing
Yeah.
to where we are now, what would you say are the biggest challenges that you faced in your profession, most especially, and how would you say you have been able to overcome those challenges?
Okay. Beautiful. I think I'll start with the challenge that most of physiotherapists, and actually in Zambia, most health practitioners, especially those coming out of school, is finding employment, man. Okay? So I had a plan of getting out of school, then work for 2 years and get back to school and upgrade. But that didn't work. Okay, because the employment rates in Zambia are terrible, man. So we have a lot of schools offloading graduates every year.
Plus, I believe it's going to be even more
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. So the picture is not going to change. So that was a challenge, but I think it was a blessing in disguise, because failure to enter civil service opened up doors for me to do what I'm doing right now. Actually, civil service would have been a limitation for me. Yeah. So that was a challenge. Probably finding a job was really a challenge. Yeah. And I overcame it by instead of looking for a job, instead of just seeing yourself as an employee, I changed the perception of myself and began to see myself as an employer. So adding value, assisting the government to provide jobs. So the second, I think, in terms of the second one that I'll give you is a challenge that would be working in the medical team, where you have different professionals working together, of course, to achieve a goal, that is treating a patient. Okay, it's been a challenge in that we have professionals that do not really understand what physios do. Okay, for example, in the medical team, the first line of treatment, we having doctors and nurses receive patients. Okay, and from that point they need to understand what other players' role is.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of referrals,
Mm.
okay, we have doctors that have no idea what physios really do. Okay, that is a challenge, and some have got a vague understanding of what we do. So that has been a challenge, and we to do that is basically being patient and educate colleagues as much as we can.
Yeah, I think it's something that we need to, because it's a similar thing, I think, even for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
In pharmacy. Mainly people think for us it's just about taking one tablet to be
Sit on the window.
kuseni mzuka usiku, and that's what it is all about, But I think it takes a lot of work
Mm-hmm.
we need to do to try and educate people, to try and sensitize people on what even like physiotherapy is all about. And I believe it is, even with all other, I think in the medical field, it's almost like it's just the doctors and the nurses that get that recognition. But we have got the laboratory technician, physio, for instance. We've got so many people there.
True.
And people don't really understand and know. But it's a health sector.
Mm-hmm.
It's a combination of all these parts that makes it effective. It's not just about two cadres or one cadre.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's basically also the public, where the public is concerned, how they view treatments. Okay, we're coming from a background where when someone is sick, for any shinganga, go and look for somebody that knows herbs, and they give you some herbs to take. Okay, and the type of diagnosis that used to be there was kuya kunganga waya ukisha. You know what I mean? So even that influences the way we view treatment. When you go to the hospital, when the doctor doesn't give you medicine, you are not satisfied. Okay? When the doctor just sends you to go and do diagnostic procedures, you think they are wasting your money and it's unnecessary. So it's basically, we need to educate the public and just give them a different lens to look at the medicine that they're receiving. So that
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you get into the industry, and like we were talking about, what sort of gap did you see for you to start Catlexy Physiotherapy Services Company? I'm sure you looked at the industry and you're like, okay, this is something that I can be able to do and be effective in this area. So what did you see in terms of a gap and that you wanted to fill?
Okay, that's a good question. So in terms of a gap in the practice, one, you can count in terms of independent physiotherapy centers. You can count on one hand how many there are in the country. In the country, you can count. So that is a challenge where physio is concerned. So there is really very few providing the service. And Catlexy started by first providing home service, where you follow up clients and treat them from home. Okay, that wasn't common. Okay. but now it's getting there. A lot of people are doing that. Yeah, so we've covered that gap, and also introducing private services to our clients. Yeah, and the reason to that, we'll probably discuss it later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, even because I was trying to Google just the physiotherapy centers in Zambia.
Yeah.
I think there were only like, the first one was Axis, which was coming up. There's just very few, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And why do you think there's very few? Is it some kind of the mindset that people have in Zambia when it comes to physio?
Okay. I think one, there should be many factors. Okay, and one factor would be the way the mindset we go into school with. That is one factor, where your mind is, I get an education and get into employment. Okay, so they are entering the profession with that mindset. They finish, get into employment. They're not thinking of starting their own. That is one aspect. Okay, and the other aspect is, I think, the policies and the cost of starting a center.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, as in compared to pharmacy, you see a lot of pharmacists on pharmacies. Okay, that can be attributed to availability of the stocking that they need, the equipment. You guys don't need too much sophistication in terms of equipment, but for physio you need equipment, and HPCZ has put requirements in terms of what is needed for you to be registered. Finding them in Zambia is difficult. You have to buy them from outside. If you buy in Zambia, it will be very expensive. Yeah, so that is one thing that is a setback. And the other thing is basically, I think, policies. The policies also that have been put in place don't really encourage. I think there have been some revisions that have been done, even on the requirements. They were reduced. One of the requirements that was required was for you to have a center, you should have an ambulance at your place. A startup.
Really?
Okay? Yes, you should have an ambulance.
As a physio?
Yes, if you have it, you should have an ambulance that is stationed at your center. Okay, that is very difficult. Anyway, who should we blame but ourselves? I'm sure by the time they were putting on those policies and requirements, they consulted one physio. Probably a physio has no idea about running a business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know what you're talking about? I think it's similar with us. Right, I think last year for pharmacy, there was a revision that was made regarding the size of the pharmacy.
The building, yes.
Yeah, I think the people who started to make that law back then, they were using, they were basing it on the British.
Or they Googled.
Yes. So the guidelines.
Yeah.
Then you need to have a shop, I think, of about 90 square meters for you to operate a retail in Zambia. And where are you going to find such a space, even in terms of the costs or the rentals? So it's only last year when they changed the guidelines. I think should be about 30 square meters.
Nice.
And I think this is a similar thing that you're talking about. I'm not sure which people make these laws, whether maybe they Google them from somewhere else and then just come and paste them in Zambia, without really thinking so much of the consequences, because the environments are different.
True, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes. So that has been a challenge. But in terms of policies, I think we should be also proactive as practitioners and influence these policies so that we have policies that are favorable and promotes the profession in the end. Yeah.
Interesting. So in this business, when you started doing your business, of course now you can see there's like a lot of technology that is coming up. even in our industry, technology is also coming up. How do you think you can position yourself for the coming of technology, or maybe AI, as maybe just in general as physiotherapists with the coming of technology?
Okay, yeah. So, especially AI has been a threat to to people's jobs. Okay, some jobs have completely been taken by AI, such that you don't need a post in a company to like talk about let's say secretary. AI can do everything. Yeah, that the secretary can do. You want to write letters, you can just say this is what you want to write about. Generate a proper letter for you.
Chat what?
ChatGPT.
Yes.
So I believe these are tools that we should look at with a positive mindset. It's something that should help us actually operate better. So for physiotherapy, of course, I won't lean on the side of the negative that technology has brought in. I think I would lean more on the positive.
Yeah, I think more or less it should be looked at as a positive
As
thing.
a positive thing.
Yeah.
Yes, true. So in terms of AI and technology improvement at large, it has enhanced our practice in that in terms of what we do, we encourage people to exercise, okay? Live lives that are, active. So if we have, like, it's for example, apps that you can go on an app and have all the exercises you need. If you want to gain, you need to lose weight there's an app for that, okay? That is not taking our job, it's actually supporting us, okay? So, and we should look at it as that, okay? We have wearable devices, okay? You can have a smartwatch that is monitoring your vitals, okay? So that is a good thing because you can collect data from there that is accurate in terms of the vitals of the patient. So that is supportive. Yeah. So I think that is the attitude I've chosen to take, as in something that is supportive, not something that has come to take over our jobs. Yeah.
By the way, Katemba, I've been trying to, make some muscles, but what's the best way to? Is it something that just has to come by sheer will, or because I've been trying to do it, but I can see, man, you're backed up.
Yeah.
You're backed up.
So it's anyone can do this. Anyone can do. You can do this, and obviously it has to start with your mind. In terms of generally fitness, you have to know how you want to be and become it. Okay, we basically having a challenge where keeping health is concerned. Yeah, you can build the muscles with commitment. The muscle, give it something to lift, and it will become bigger.
Yeah. So in terms of keeping health and being physically fit, I think these days if I drive around Osaka, maybe around 04, 05, I see like there's so many people that are doing a lot of exercises, doing running around and all that kind of stuff. But from your point of view as a physiotherapist, what are just some of the challenges? Some of the importances of being physically fit, and what is the importance of just how is it important to a particular individual that doesn't see the need to do that?
Yeah. So let me mention before I come to the question. Let me talk about where we're coming from as Zambia and many African countries. Okay, we're coming from the point where we used to walk a lot. Okay, for you to get from one place to another, you're walking. We used to do a lot of farming. Probably you trace yourself to where you, even as a family, you had a portion of land that you were tilling and growing something there. Okay, and a lot of work involved manual work. Such kind of setup where you're doing those things, you actually do not need to do exercise. Okay, but what has changed now is technology itself. Okay, especially in Lusaka, for you to move just 300 meters distance, you're getting on a bus. Okay, you're driving. Okay, so the level of activity has been reduced. Okay, you get to work, you get on an elevator, you sit for a long time, and people are gaining weight out of that. Look at the mushrooming of fast foods, okay, junky foods, okay, and that's the cheapest.
And cardiovascular diseases as
Cardiovascular.
well. Like,
So this,
hypertension,
yes, because of the change of lifestyle, it has brought in a lot of non-communicable diseases, such as you've mentioned. You're talking about stroke itself, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, cancer as well, and many other that comes as a result of change of lifestyle. So we've basically adopted the lifestyle, the Western lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not ours; it's foreign. Okay, so in order to survive, we have to also adopt the culture of exercising, which was not part of our culture. Okay, so when you see people running around jogging in the morning, that is a good thing. Okay, they're responding to that because that will allow them to maintain their good weight and prevent a lot of non-communicable diseases. So that is the importance of exercising. You prevent a lot of diseases. You keep healthy, yeah, and you live long.
You know, Catman, I saw recently, I think on your Catlexy page,
Yeah.
there's some awards, prestigious Catlexy prestigious awards that you've started doing. I think you're going to be awarding some people. Just take me through the concept behind the.
He was announcing them as a poem.
I think yeah. Which was a very nice one, by the way, on your WhatsApp status.
It's a poem, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So he's the one who shot it.
Oh, is the one who shot it?
That's funny.
Okay. All right.
What's the concept behind it?
So Catholics prestigious award is basically a concept to recognize the efforts of physiotherapy. That is one way we thought as Catholics to add to the profession. I've been practicing for almost 2 decades. I've never heard of any award that is directed to physiotherapists. That is at home in Zambia and internationally. So I thought, why not begin it? So Catholics prestigious award is not just for Zambia. It is an award that is targeted to the world.
Interesting.
Yes.
So you're going for the world.
Going for the world. I've stopped thinking Zambia, man. We're supposed to think global now.
We global.
Yes,
now.
global. We're going global, man. So we're looking to grow it to an extent where it is prestigious indeed. So it's going to live up to the name. Yeah. So it will be an accolade that is really going to, when you get it, you're going to feel honored. Yeah, because it's going to carry that weight. Yeah. So just want to I think we physiotherapists are unsung heroes. That needs to be put out there and recognize what they're doing for the world.
What kind of packages are going to be there? Is it monetary?
Of course. I think basically, originally, and they were supposed to be. An award is not supposed to carry it. It's not. It's a recognition, but it's where we are. Yeah. So there's some money attached to it.
I should have come with my award. I also won an award last year
No, congratulations.
as the best young pharmacist of the year 2023. I should have come. Any one of these episodes, I'll come with my.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
It came with money.
It came with money. Yeah. But no, it's publicized, so you can't even the moment and then your wife goes and say no, bring some bread on your way. You got some man. Yeah, so like I was saying, so it is publicized, so people will know how much you have, so you can't even pocket some of the money.
They'll make a budget for you.
They'll make a budget for you before you make a budget yourself.
Yeah.
People already have. But anyway, that That is a very interesting thing. Are you thinking, because the kind of a person that I know that you are is you also really think so much about the community as well.
Yeah.
Is that something that you started doing already as maybe like giving back to the community or some community outreach programs as Catlexy to try and give back or to try and communicate or educate the community?
Yeah, so in terms of the Catholic Procedures Award is one where we are giving out, okay? And to the community, this one is basically targeted to the physiotherapists, the practitioners. To the community, we've been doing for a long time, we've been doing pro bonos when we get a chance to do pro bono. And yeah, we do pro bonos and treat some patients for free. Yes.
Interesting. That's interesting. And I also want to just understand something, right? Like being in management position and role that you are in. Obviously, it's always tricky to deal with people because you're dealing with people every now and then. So, how do you ensure that you inspire the people around you in your organization in terms of keeping them at their best to contribute positively to your organization?
Okay. So my type of leadership is I show you, okay, leading, because there's some type of leadership where you standing behind and you pushing your soldiers to go. Oh, you're giving them instructions, do that. I believe in being in front, okay. So if I need you to do something, I need to understand. I show you how to do it. So from the beginning of the business, when you begin a business, you are everything in that business. You're practicing, you are running your books in accounting, human resource, you're doing advertisement, everything. Okay. So the point where you begin to grow your team, you would have understand you have certain understanding in legal aspect because you draw contracts as well. You have understanding in finance, you understand your practice. So when people begin to come in, of course they are trained where they are, but you need to get them to adopt your culture, the culture that you have in the business. So you show them, okay? So I think the best thing one person can see can become self-reliant. When somebody becomes, even when they are an employee, they see themselves as not just an employee. You see yourself, when you are working with an organization, you see yourself as a partner to that organization, not working for the organization. They are two different things, okay? So when you inspire that independence, okay, the chances are that they're going to leave you. Okay, that's the risk of doing that, okay? But I believe that whoever comes close to me, they should be better. They should grab or they should rub off something that should come out of me. Okay, the leadership quality should be with them. So I inspire them to be better. I create an environment where they can grow and become better. So for me, success is if you come into my organization and you one day you say, I want to start my own practice. For me, it will be a success on my part because you learned things that has inspired you to become a better person, okay? But obviously, I will need you also to be part of my organization because you're bringing value, okay? But I'll ensure that we use you the time where you're around, and when you decide to leave, we'll be glad we did that to you. Yeah, so that is my type of leadership. Yeah.
And I think what you're saying is true in some way because some business owners find it very difficult to improve someone to a certain level that you are sort of like afraid if you're afraid they're going to leave the company.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't want to invest in their employees because they're afraid of that maybe a situation where they start leaving the organization. But I think, like you're saying, that is true. That should not be the case. As long as you improve someone to a certain level, even when they go somewhere, I think it's still a win-win situation because you've invested in somebody who's going out there to do what they've learned from you.
Mhm.
And I think organizations should be able to invest in their employees.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And you know, in terms of replication, you know, any business is got the aspect of the me aspect, the founders aspect. Okay, you can have everything, you can learn how we do the business, but there's an aspect that you can never replicate, the me aspect, the founders aspect. Yeah, you can start a business that is similar, but you cannot replicate that. So I don't think we should be paranoid about improving people that come. I think you have better employees when you're adding value to them. Okay, you're adding value to them. As long as they are with you, they're going to add value to you as a business. So yeah, I believe in that. I'm a strong believer. Yeah.
So you are someone that I know who's a go-getter. That when you focus yourself on something, you go there and you get it. That, like, look at what you've done. Like, you've gone into doing acting, you're doing this, and you've gone into music. What would you say fuels your drive? Like your passion, because you are a fearless person. What fuels that?
Okay. Wow. That's interesting.
You never knew that about yourself?
No.
But you are,
no.
we see
yeah.
that.
Hearing
that.
from you,
Yeah.
getting from you, it sounds interesting. It sounds interesting.
Let me say that, you know, we do see that.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you are doing your thing that you do,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't hear that from people,
Mm-hmm.
and now on this episode, I can tell you that if ever you felt like giving up, there are people who are always seeing what you are doing.
Oh, nice.
So never give up, because you inspire someone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's so kind to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I run by a simple motto. I go after what I'm afraid of. Okay. Subdue it and pursue another. Okay. I've come to learn that actually what you like most, what you want, lies just behind fear. So fear will keep you from getting what you want. But when you go after it, you subdue that. You're no longer afraid of it, and you can get what you want. Let me give you an example that guys can relate to. You know that approaching two types of girls, the one you like and the one you don't like, which one is easier? It's easier to approach the girl you don't like. Okay? If you're afraid, man, approaching the girl you like is very hard. It's very hard. You say stuff that you didn't mean to say. Okay, you practice the English very well in your head, but when you speak to her, you crazy stuff. Yeah. So I believe you're afraid of something, go after it. And as long as you're afraid of something that you think you should go after, you keep yourself from achieving it. So go. Sometimes I'm afraid, even sometimes to acting itself, singing, standing in front of people, but just need to step on it, step on the fear and do it anyway. Yeah.
Any business advice that you have? One or two, how you run your organization and any business advice?
Okay. All right. So that business advice will be general or my profession. Yeah. I believe I'm a strong believer that, especially to young people, we need to change the perception of even dependence on the government. You look at most economies that are doing very well. Okay, they are not built by the governments; they are built by the private sector. So if we can get a lot of people that are getting into business, that are building their own, that is what is going to benefit all of us. Because when you start running something that is your own, you're not just you begin to provide jobs. Okay. I think the selfish thing to do is to just look for a job. Because when you get your job, just feed your family.
Yeah.
But when you run a business that is profitable, the government is going to generate revenues from it through taxes,
And
Okay.
also employing other
You
people.
employ
as well.
other people, so which means you benefit in many families as opposed just your own family. Yeah. So let's do this. If you've got a business idea, the time to start is now. Yeah, you start now, work on it. I think the most important factor in starting a business is the you factor, the bearer of the idea, and other things will come. The money will come. Actually, it's the biggest mistake to find money and start a business. Yeah. Yes.
Can you go deeper on that
Yes.
one?
I've come to learn that when you have all the money and start the business, you're probably going to lose that money, all of it, before you learn the lesson.
So you need to first learn the lesson.
Learn the lesson, learn to get that money, okay? Get that money and you keep it. So when you start with you, without money, with just an idea, for you to get the money, you need to sell that idea to someone, okay? Just the skill of you selling that idea. Probably, let's say you approach a funder. For you to be able to get that money, you need to sell your idea. So what are you learning? You are learning to sell, okay? Even when you start selling a product, you have the skill of selling. Arguably the most important skill, selling, okay? So you are the first, especially when you have a skill, you can monetize that skill. Yeah. When you're a pharmacist, you get that advice that they come for. They call you, hey, Joe, my child is what can they take? You said that, okay, but send me something, then I'll tell you what I need to do. You see?
No, yeah,
Okay.
but for me, I charge
Yes.
now. Huh?
I think
Yes.
we should, I think I should also start.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should, and they should know. And when you register a business, people respect that, because when they are calling you and they say, oh, so it's consultation, they're consulting, so you need to charge them money for that. So starting with what? Your knowledge.
I should
Yes.
start charging. Huh?
You manage that money, you have money that you can pump into that business. So you are the most important factor. You. So the excuse that there is no money to start a business, yeah, you never start.
All right, you've had no free consultations, no medication.
So just now, I just received a call and they texted me asking about this.
Yes.
First send me something.
So just structure something. Say, okay, you need consultation around pharmacy. Yeah, I'm your guy. And they know who to call when they need information. They need valuable information. You can pay them. They can pay you money. Imagine 30 people call you just for 10 kwacha. You've made 300 kwacha, which we wouldn't have made without that structure. Yeah. So money is out there. We just need to get it, man.
Eish, man. Interesting. Advisor Katemba.
Yeah.
We'll start monetizing our.
We should, man.
Yeah,
We should. Yeah.
Eish.
So I learned that the hard way. You know, patient will call you, okay? They'll call you, see them, you assess the patient, they ask all the questions, you float data, Mdala. You float data. And they're like, oh, we'll call you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Aye.
We'll call you. And they don't call you. But you've offloaded yourself. You've given valuable information, okay? Which they would have paid for if you would have charged them. So for me, you want to use Katemba as a professional, I'll tell, okay, this consultation, I'll come and assess you, and this is how much. Yes.
Interesting. I think there was one guy, right, who said for what? For whatever you are good in,
Don't
never
do it for free.
never do it for free.
True. And actually,
Unless
value
you
is,
get one.
is looked, and they should know, when you're doing it for free, they should know that you're doing it for free. It's pro bono, professional. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Not, because sometimes when you do it for free, even value is not attached to it.
Yeah.
They would even question it. Why is he giving it out for free? Okay? And when you put a good price to it, the right people will come. Some people are, oh, yeah. But they understand when you put money to it, you attach money to it, they know that you've attached first yourself, you attach value to it. Yeah. So we shouldn't do these things for free. Lawyers. I just need to talk to the lawyers. They'll charge you before they even represent you in court. They've charged you.
They'll charge
Yes.
you.
So
Consultation.
we should do consultation.
Well, I'm learning, you know. I'll be charging you for, and for me, I get so many calls. People call me, so many people call me, no, I want to start a pharmacy, no, I want to do this. So
That's
how can you, what the documents do you need for you to open a pharmacy? Or what procedures do I need to, I'll be charging.
So you have that data, that is valuable. You can open a consultant, and they'll be calling, oh, we need, we'll help you set up everything. Give us this much. And people will pay. Yeah, like I've registered businesses before. Yeah, I've felt sometimes. Yeah, I've had a fair share of failure in business. I think last year 2 business failed. Yeah, but we failed forward. Yeah, so I had to pay for certain, just to register and run around. I had to pay. Okay, so that is consultants. People are already doing that. To go to ZRA, PACRA, NAPSA, and all that. Just to do that, they charge you. So there is market actually for that.
I love what you said, failing forward. You've read that book by John C. Maxwell? It's titled Failing Forward.
No, I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, where he talks about when you fail, you fail forward.
Yes.
You don't stop what you're doing, you keep moving.
Actually, in business, where success is concerned, failure is an ingredient. It's not separate from success. So you need to fail as much as you can, as quickly as possible. Because when you fail properly, you're learning lessons from that. Okay? I think Catholics would be bigger than it was if I had failed earlier. Yeah. I was part of Axis. Which means I'm no longer part of Axis. Yeah. So I was part of Axis, and we put the business away. Okay, we sold it. So I learned a lot of lessons from Axis that I'm applying right now. Yeah. So failure in business is you come out different. Yeah.
How many times would you say you have failed in business? Because for me, I've tried out so many things. I've even ended up on the market selling utumintesa. Now I used to have a motor I've just done so many things, and like you're saying, because it also helps with, if you do so many things or you fail along the way, it helps you, and it also becomes a learning curve.
Yeah.
That you can learn from as you open even a bigger.
Yeah. But it's possible to fail and they have no idea
where you are.
Yes. That's a terrible way of failing.
From
Make sure you track
learn from the fail.
What went wrong, what you learn from that. Okay? It's possible that you can fail and it just ends in failure. Yeah. But when you drive out lessons from your failure, you've not failed actually.
Advisor Katemba. Right, I'm trying to squeeze time.
The other stuff you already covered, the ones at the bottom.
Yeah. So probably to try and close this, I think I'm going. Let's talk about your music career.
Yeah.
Are we expecting any stuff from you anytime soon?
Music. Yeah. So music. Yeah, I've got actually a lot of songs recorded, but I've held on to them. So I'll release them when it's time.
Like how many songs do you have?
Maybe 6 that are waiting to be released. But yeah, so due to priority, I've decided to hold on to it because I see myself doing business like throughout my life. I think I should be singing on my deathbed. So I think I'm not rushing on that. Yeah. So I've prioritized other stuff that needs the resources and time. Yeah.
Okay. So we don't expect anything anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, what? Is there anything that we haven't covered that you wanted us to cover?
Okay.
Anything?
I think just one thing in terms of time factor. I think this is something interesting that we should all think about. Okay. Do you know that each one of us, we have 24 hours to spend every day, you and me. But do you know that there are people that are spending millions of hours every day?
You've not.
Yes. There are people that are spending millions of hours every day. Here's how that works. Okay, so that's why we are advocating for going after your dream to achieve your purpose. Okay, so when you get employed, all right, you sell part of your time. Your 24 hours. If you're working for 8 hours, you know what you've done? Usually, according to labor laws in Zambia, you have to work at least 8 hours in a day. Okay, so you've sold 8 hours of your 24 hours to the owner of that business to achieve their
vision.
Yes, their vision. So if that person you're working for has got their 24 hours and you work for them, it means you've added 8 hours to their 24 hours. If they have another employee, they've added another 8 hours. So imagine people like Dangote that have got hundreds to thousands of workers that are giving 8 hours every day. So he's using those hours to achieve whatever he has to achieve.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. So you're selling your time for money. I give you money, you give me your hours. So the more money you make, the more time you have to spend. Yeah. So I can even say, okay, my 24 hours I will just be chilling and doing my stuff.
While you've sold them.
While other people are giving in they're coming to work on your idea. Then you're chilling somewhere. Yes. So spend as much time as you can. So it's a valuable commodity that we have, time. So if we can spend less of our own time and use other people's time, that's the goal.
It's interesting, eh?
Yeah. Then you can
still digesting that. Eh?
Yes. Then you can do your passion. That's the time you can pursue your passion.
Yeah.
You can go acting and do dumb stuff because you have all the time to do that. Yeah.
Which one would you say is your passion? Like, is it acting? Is it what you do as physio and the business, or is it which one would you say is your passion?
I think entrepreneurship is my passion. Yeah. Okay. So if you were to ask me the title that I would comfortably use, being an entrepreneur, not a physiotherapist or musician or actor. No. Yeah. Being, I think, identifying problems and provide solutions. I think that's a passion. That's the overall passion. Money.
Make the money.
Yeah.
So we should go and make the money.
Yeah, man.
Man, this has been an interesting episode. For me, it's always difficult to end an episode, especially if it's been nice like this. But yeah, there you have it. From entrepreneur or entrepreneur.
It's a French word. So it becomes difficult to pronounce it. To pronounce it, because when you pronounce it in English, it's entrepreneur.
It's entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur
Entrepreneur.
in French. So yeah.
So entrepreneur Katemba Mando. So there you have it. Until next time on the ZamChat podcast. Bye.